Now, based on the fourth video, I have given a certain question like you should differentiate only x, don't touch y. And again, I said differentiate only y. Now, the same approach is what we are going to use on implicit differentiation. Though implicit is the most complex part for some people. But yeah, the method we are going to use is just the one line. Then we are going to solve. So now let's start with this one. Let's say if x square y plus 2x plus y square equals 0, find the y, the s. Now see the formula you are going to use. Just say the y over the s. Now you are doing this for implicit. Please take note, implicit. So say minus. Now always start with minus. Remember, I said I'm using short method. This is not the usual method. The usual method is long, but this is the short method and the fastest method so far for implicit. So again, always start with minus, always. If it is implicit, this method always starts with minus. So if it is this method, always start with minus, then open a bracket. Now differentiate only x, just like what I did in video 4. Differentiate only x. This one will be x square. If you differentiate x square, you are going to get 2x abi, but remember there is still y. So this is the y here. Again, you start with minus because of the method. Open a bracket, differentiate only x, that will be 2x, then leave the y, plus we are doing only x throughout. Differentiate 2x, that will be 2, close the bracket. That means you are done with only x. Remember, differentiate only x, and if you see there is no x again, I have differentiate x squared here to get 2x. I leave the y. This one is ordinary 2x. Differentiate, you get 2. This is y squared, but I'm differentiating s, so it will be 0. So I don't bother to touch it. Divided by, differentiate only y. Differentiate only y. Now that means you differentiate this y, that will be 1. So that means I will have s squared times 1. That dot is 1. So anytime I use the dot, take it as 1. So as times rather. Plus, now differentiate 2s, that will be what? 0. Why is it 0? Because we are differentiating y. So that means this is 0. Then the last one, y squared. So I'm free to differentiate. That is 2y. And we are true. That is the answer. So, but just make sure you understand the concept. It's very easy. Again, differentiate only x, that will be the up one, divided by differentiate only y, that will be for the down one. And this is the shortest method for at least implicit. Okay, now in some cases the option may be like the minus will open the bracket. That will be like 2 minus 2sy minus 2 divided by s square plus 2y. So this dot I said is times, so this is like times 1, which is 3x square plus 2y. Here minus will open the bracket, minus times plus will give us minus. So that's how we get that one. So I can say this is final answer. I hope you understand. So now let us see another question. Still on implicit, so I'm taking my time. So let's see another question. Now if s square y cube plus s raised to power 4 plus 2sy minus 5 equals 0, find the y, the s. Now as you see this, now this is implicit differentiation. So you will start with what? The y over the s. Now the first thing is what I said, always start with minus. Please don't forget, always start with minus because of the method I'm using. Always start with minus. The usual method is very long, as in is long, but this one is very fast. So To achieve it, always start with minus, remember, then open a bracket. Now pick all the x in the question, as in all the x in the question, do it first. So I'm starting with this one, so do the x, so differentiate x squared, that will be 2x. Then you have y cubed next, as in don't touch this one, we are picking only x. Now plus, now this is another second one, differentiate for x raised to power 4, that is 4x raised to power 3. Again we still have x, differentiate 2x y, so I'm doing only 2x because it's only x I'm touching. Differentiate 2x, that will be 2, and this is 5, a number, that will be 0. So I'll close the bracket. That means I'm through with the up one. Divided by, now differentiate the down y only, so leave the x square times, differentiate only y, that will be 3y square, as in this y, 3y square plus, do you see there is no y here, but I have only s and I'm differentiating only y, that means everything here will be 0, but I don't need to be writing 0. Now move here, I've differentiate only y, you get what, 1, then that means I will have 2s times 1, 5 will be 0, so I leave that one. That means I'm through like this. The only thing I will just add more is that minus will open the brackets, that will be minus 2x y raised to power 3, then minus 4x raised to power 3 minus 2, everything over. Now I can write 3 first, it's x squared times 3y squared, I can write 3 first here, followed by x, then followed by y. So always write number first, followed by x, then followed by y, so that you arrange it. So plus 2x, so that is the final answer. Now you may think the method is just like this, but if you know the normal method for implicit, then you will be able to appreciate this, that man, this is just short. So now let's proceed another one question. So let's solve another one. If 3s raised to power 4 y raised to power 2 plus s raised to power 4 plus y raised to power 2 plus sy is equals to 7, find the y, the s. Now to find the y, the s, the same way, what's the first thing? Always start with minus, always, don't forget, minus, then open a bracket. Now pick all the x in all, now differentiate only the x in all. So now let's do that. So start with the first one. I have 12 s raised to power 3, because if I differentiate this, that will be 4 times 3, 12, then 4 minus 1, 3, 12 s raised to power 3 y raised to power 2, because I'm doing only x, so I don't have business with y. Now s raised to power 4, that will give me 4s raised to power 3 plus y raised to power 2, that will give me 0, but I don't need to write 0. Why do I write 0? Because I'm differentiating s and this is y, no x there. So now differentiate s, that will be 1, that means this will be 1y, abi. So let me just write it there, 1y divided by, now differentiate only y, remember the up one will be differentiate only x, while the down one will be differentiate only y. Now differentiate only y, you have 3s raised to power 4 times 2y, then plus, now since I'm differentiating only y and I have s here, that means everything here will be 0. I don't need to be writing 0. So y squared will be 2y, I'm doing only y, then plus, I'll differentiate y, I'll get 1, I still have x, that means let me just say times 1, because that y is 1. Now you see I did not even consider the 7 because it's a constant. Anytime you differentiate a constant, you get 0. So that's it. Now you can just use the minus to open the bracket, that will be minus 12s raised to power 3 y square minus 4s raised to power 3 plus y, that is 1y, divided by, now you can arrange 3 is there already, but the 3 use it to multiply the 2, so you can multiply number that way because it's times. 3 times 2 6 s raised to power 4, then followed by y. Hope you get 3, the number times the number first, that will be 6, then s y plus 2y then plus x. So that is the answer. Now this is implicit differentiation. The JAM may not even give you long expression like this, but just understand the concepts, then I'll send question for you to see, so try it.